The sun beat down mercilessly, its heat radiating off the cracked pavement. The stench of garbage was overwhelming, but it was the sound, a faint whimper, that broke through the haze. It was weak, almost inaudible, as though it had been struggling to stay alive for far too long. There, tied to a dumpster, lay Weber. His fur was matted and dirty, his bones so visible under the taut, thin skin that it looked like he could collapse with the slightest breath. His eyes, though clouded with pain and exhaustion, still held a flicker of something. Fear, yes, but also an unmistakable plea for help. How long had he been there? Hours? Days? No one knew, but it didn't matter. Someone had abandoned him, tied him there to suffer, to die, as if he were nothing more than a forgotten piece of trash. But then they found him a woman, her heart breaking at the sight, dropped to her knees beside Weber. Her hands shook as she untied the rope that bound him, and gently, as though he might break, she pulled him into her arms. Weber's frail body trembled, and for a moment, he just looked at her, his eyes full of disbelief. "Hey, it's okay. You're safe now," she whispered, though she wasn't sure if he could understand. With the slightest effort, she stood and cradled him against her chest. As she turned, she spotted the others, her team, huddled close, their faces filled with sorrow and determination. They would take him to the shelter, get him the help he desperately needed, but there was something about the way Weber looked at her, something so raw and vulnerable that made her pause. Slowly, she reached for a small can of food from her bag. She tore it open, and the moment the scent of food reached Weber's nose, his eyes widened. It happened so suddenly it startled them all. Weber's frail body shuddered, and before she could even offer him the food, he pressed his face into her hands, licking at her fingers with a desperation so fierce it made her heart ache. His body quaked, not just from hunger, but from the unbearable relief of being touched, of finally being seen. She gently fed him the food, and he ate ravenously, barely able to control his shaking. With each bite, his breathing steadied, though the hunger in his eyes never seemed to fade. He was too weak, too broken, to do more than cling to the woman, but it was enough. She had given him the one thing he hadn't had in so long: hope. If you liked the video, put like and subscribe to the channel, where you will find a lot of interesting things.